Assalamualaikum student. In this video, we would discuss about the gravity method. We have already discussed about the gravity and we discussed the different perspective regarding the gravity. In this video, we would discuss the practical application of the gravity method and how and why it is used. So we start our discussion by saying that the perspective that we are going to take into account in this lecture are in the general geophysics. In the gravity method, the perspective that is dominant and that has been taken is the Newton's perspective, because our geophysics and our geological science has not been updated so much that it could be directly linked with the Einstein's perspective here. So most of our geophysical method and when these methods are connected with gravity survey, most of these are focused, means almost all of them are focused and are based on the Newton point of view of gravity. Let's start. There are the couple of bullets regarding and one of some of bullets consist of the application, and other bullets are the general things that are related with the geophysical method, that is the gravity method. So gravity is a potential field. It is a force that acts at a distance. And a potential field, when we talk about the potential field, means when you are walking on the surface you may not feel it like that something exists, but when we move towards to some height, let's say if we bring something and to top of the tower and then drop from there, then we will feel that there is there was a potential field that was stored in that object and it has now been converted into the kinetic energy, and then we can see the impact. Okay, so next point is the gravity method is a non-destructive geophysical technique that measures the difference in Earth's gravitational field at a specific location. So now from here we would specifically talk about the gravity method. The gravity method or any other geophysical method, they are applied to know the subsurface structure of the Earth. The basic aim is to know the subsurface geology. In order, and there could be in the various purpose to know the subsurface geology. There could be to locate voids, fault, or buried stream valleys, or for oil and gas exploration, for underground water, for certain essential elements, certain essential metals, certain essential non-metals. We have so many numerous applications. For that we use the geophysical methods, and we are talking about the gravity method, and gravity method is a non-destructive geophysical method. So what we mean by non-destructive means in this method the land or the area which we are going to explore is not disturbed, and it has very much, I guess if we count that for the moment, if we count the carbon emission, then it could be incorporated in this. Otherwise it has a very minimal impact on the environment, no impact on the environment, the geophysical method. The impact could be in terms when the vehicles are moving for conducting this survey. So it is non-destructive and it is very much efficient method for the subsurface exploration. And when I mean by efficient, it could be in terms of cost or something else, not necessarily about the data. Okay, so now talk about the application. It has various application in engineering, environmental and geothermal studies, including locating voids. Now what are voids? Voids are basically some type of holes or certain type of the empty space beneath the surface of Earth, are holes beneath the surface of Earth, buried stream valleys. In the past there were some stream or some valley that was buried, and then the water table levels and the geothermal heat sources, all you can find effectively by using this method. There's a correlation between gravity highs and the high with the center of the recent volcanism, intensive falling and geothermal activity. This is the point that is regarding that there the connection of the gravity with if there was a certain volcanic activity at any place, there would be some change of the gravity there. So now let's now properly move toward the introduction. These were the few of the points, bullets about the geophysics, not about the geophysics, but about the gravity method. Now we are moving properly towards our introduction of the geophysical method. So the primary goal of studying the detailed survey data is to provide a better understanding of surface geology. We have already said that the purpose of any geophysical method is to know the subsurface geology. The gravity method is a relatively cheap, non-invasive, non-destructive remote sensing method. So now these are some of the characteristics of the gravity method: that it is cheap, it is non-invasive, means we don't invade in anything, we don't occupy, or we don't interrupt, or we don't cut or do any sort of the activity. We don't invade simply. And this is the remote sensing method, because the remote sensing means that to get the data without touching the actual source. So it is a non-destructive and remote sensing method. It is also passive. Passive in a sense that for any other method we need to induce some sort of the energy first of all, then we will obtain the data. Let's talk about the seismic. In the seismic, we just by using certain explosives, we just induce the strong sound waves, S waves and P waves in the subsurface, and then we note the reflection time. And as I already discussed that how we take the data from the seismic, so I won't discuss it here. But in that seismic, you know that the ground is disturbed, the ground is destroyed, there is so much noise during that explosion. So the diversity is affected, biodiversity is affected, and there are so many other impacts on the local buildings and the local people as well. But in this method, you just need to go and you just need to place that meter on the ground, and then you note then you will note the readings. So in this method, this is a passive method, means no energy is needed to be induced. Like in seismic, we use the explosive as a source of energy. The gravity method responds directly to mass excess or deficit. So I am coming to this point. I thought that I should have discussed this earlier. You know that in the gravity method, the focus is we are going to know about the surface geology. But why the gravity would be different at the different points? Because the gravity would be different at different points. This is because the structure of the rock that make up that earth. So and the composition of that rock, and in the structure we talk about the porosity. That porosity, how much porosity is in that rock, and then about the composition, what of it is composed. So we know that there are the three types of rocks: sedimentary rocks, metamorphic rock, and igneous rock. Every rock has its own composition, and every rock has its own properties like porosity, permeability, and some of other things. So when the subsurface is made up of certain type of rock which have the more porosity, then and if we compare that data with the other surface who is made up of certain other type of rock which have very low porosity and which is composed of high dense material, then you will certainly see the gravity variation between the both points. The gravity would be little high on the high dense body, and as compared with the low density and high porosity body. So by studying the gravity method, or by studying the gravity variation, gravity anomalies, we can establish lot of data, and we can interpret that what could be beneath that thing. So as I discussed, the main thing, the theme of this gravity method is that every rock has its own properties, has its own composition, has its own structure, has its own porosity, and so it has the different gravity, because gravity is linked with the mass. Okay, so gravity overall is a you know that if we talk about the solar system, the massive bodies in the solar system are the massive and densest bodies in the solar system, have the high gravity as compared to those bodies which are either lighter or which have either low density and which are either occupy less space. Because and let's narrate the example of the moon. I think it weighs about 6 into 10 to the power 22 gram or kg, 6 into 10 to the power 22 kg. So I think it's in the grams. So it is a little more lighter than the earth. So we see that the gravity is very much less there. So the gravity has the strong connection with the mass. So the gravity method responds directly to the excess mass or the mass deficit. I think I should complete this video up to that. And because in the longer videos, most of you guys are not going to watch the longer videos, and they sometimes it become hectic to watch such a long video. But from the next video we would again be discussing the gravity method.